Zanskar, a magical Buddhist kingdom unchanged for 1,000 years. 30 years ago, I walked with a friend, Brian Whittier, for 7 days in sub-zero temperatures up the frozen Zanskar River to reach Phuktal, an ancient Buddhist monastery built into the side of a cliff 4,000 meters high in the middle of the Himalayas. It's one of the most inaccessible settlements on Earth, and only a few hundred outsiders visit each year. But all this is about to change. The first ever road into the valley is nearing completion. 30 years on, and we've returned to try to find the people we met in 1986 and to discover what they think about the changes coming to their way of life. Located in the spectacular Himalayas of northern India, the regions of Zanskar and Ladakh comprise an area roughly twice the size of Switzerland. Ringed by 6,000-meter peaks, access to the Zanskar Valley is extremely difficult. For 6 to 8 months of the year, it is completely cut off from the outside world. Buddhist monasteries were established in this isolated valley beginning in the 7th century, and it is one of the highest and coldest inhabited places on Earth. It is also one of the most remote, and the Tibetan way of life and culture has remained little changed for over 1,000 years. We wanted to return to the monastery and share the pictures of the monks we had from 30 years ago. We wanted to see if they were still there and what they think of the new road. Losumchu Nyalna na Phuktal la lip gunla. So Brian and I were always into photography. We had a darkroom at school, and we used to love to take pictures and print them. As part of living with these families and in the monasteries, we would just take pictures. So yes, we wanted to come back after 30 years.
Yeah. Welcome to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Zanskar's extreme isolation has spared it the impact of mass tourism, but construction of the first road through the valley is nearing completion. It will open the region to year-round access and transform it forever. Phuktal Monastery is revered throughout Tibet. Almost every important figure in Tibetan Buddhism is believed to have visited the monastery through the centuries.
파파 들더니 이게 딱 뽑았답지. But they Papa to let about it. Carl Sumsu Giru to the Jugo by Muma. They didn't tell them in Bujitago Purdy. They didn't tell them about it, Jasem Giru, they didn't so the Tarum Sum Jordan. Jasemla. Da Majilian Duzara Thomas, so Tanyoran easy. The Tarum Sum Pusum Doba.
It's awesome, right? The river that flows down from Zanskar freezes over in the winter for about 2 months. The Zanskaris call the frozen river the Chadar, which means blanket, in that it is blanketed by this sheet of ice. For over 1,000 years, this ice road has been used as a trade route between Zanskar and Ladakh in the valley below. The trip takes 5 to 7 days, and knowledge of the safest route is handed down from generation to generation. The Zanskaris trade in Ladakh and then walk back up before the river ice melts. When that happens, Zanskar is cut off until the mountain trails become clear of snow in the height of summer. So, I'm really nervous today. We're going to try to find this family that we lived with. We met this couple walking up the river that had been down in Ladakh trading for things, and we're coming back home. And we followed them to their home and lived with them, I guess like a week, maybe 2 weeks, just being a part of their life. And it was a really unique feeling. I've brought my photos of Tsering and his family from 30 years ago, and I'm going to try to find him. Yeah. So over there? Yes, Tsering Nyamgal. Oh yeah, they recognized every one of them. The kids, he said the kids are like all over. Lo Sum Chun Yang. Remember? Yeah.
Oh, Chadar, Buxe. Oh, Chadar, yes.
Look. Chadar. Yeah.
Bye. Sleep.
Oh, it's you.
You slept? Yes. He's saying like, have I aged?
Yes, I think we both have.
Yeah.
But he still recognized you when you walked up from the field. It still looked like you. Yeah. It was very special, that first trip. We had to completely rely on their kindness. They took us in and housed us and fed us and asked for nothing in return.
That's what I remember is little, like that's the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So they added one more floor.
It was a beautiful, simple time.
You better get some lights
I know once the road is complete that the fate of Zanskar will be the same as any of the other wild places on Earth that have been transformed by modernization. But I can't help but wish that there was a way to preserve the beauty and warmth of this place.
One, two, three. That's me.
So his
This is my son. Being back at Phuktal Monastery, it still had the same magic and mystery as 30 years before. But I know that it is on the cusp of dramatic and irreversible change. Zanskar's new road is now within a few kilometers of the monastery.
Ya Hindi tanganyona za tugumino. Mazo yeganji na ro na se. Mazo yiwa puli de sini lokta. Tindi ji ka. Tambo na da te ma.
지 당대는 점블링이 나나 거기 롭정 저거 봐. 사이즈에서 딱 잉글리시에서 대수지양 매나양 남바 지형지기 처지지 시위에나양 거기 전라양 별만도나 된 거기 체현 말다 뜻이 나왔어.
안기 대에 된다기 지긴다. 고치사 내 야고 진다. 네 마슈요.
ngaso gombe ngone younger generation la ane tanda nangchu ngoto cheya ti thola so ngaso ngoto cheya de ngaso gombe ngone gen kigu te yaboji tonda de hako sona ane maobana mutyudi ane namchudi negri tingdus odela plaza.
We spent 3 weeks at the monastery back in 1986, and it was nearly March by the time we left. We had to head back down the river or risk being stuck in Zanskar. But so late in the season, there were no Zanskaris traveling down to Ladakh, so we had to find our own way on the frozen river. It was extremely difficult, as the ice was melting and breaking up. After 5 harrowing days, we stumbled into the village of Chilling, a place famous throughout the region for its metalworking. Dazed and confused, we were taken in by Punchuk Spalzang and his family. We wanted to try to find him again, but discovered that he had died some years earlier. But we did find his son.
Nghe aba kirtena punto paldan chele mingba. Tabi sarcha sang da ji bele. Te za duin pa samja ji ni no. Kas. Dua zomal da kepto tete zomal ji. Te garo. Aba kirte zomal la tepta khasba dure. Te khasba yot pasana aba kirte nga sabte ayang thu sang sabte le. Thu darung abe lapkane thu pa mingo tungi tuksum ji pale. Tungi tuksum beana Tadika na that's a killing Korana about half kind of 2 years. They won't have got post on the gas and low on the change.
Maybe put so Spazan Kamba Abbas both the Chonga. Then maybe Korea Yartanke, telling our teeth in the maybe I chose Somal have a teeth in the. They may make a Tenafalanga song in America, Somal Lava. Majar Nana Lamman Metnali. Java Kuru Kurte, Regari Laka Bujina Chuta, Regari Chuta Leptin. There's Jiblam Chazal.
Despite the benefit the arrival of the new road has brought to Chilling, the craftsmen are apprehensive about the other changes it might bring.
The new stones and it's a dupan. But I think especially to Nadina, there's a marble stones and they are Jupang, when the stones met cancel. They call honey Jalak Balak Tamang, Jang Tas, met Bella Lamanayang, Natal Matani, La Rampos of so much such as the equipment snow mashup, zero, certainly. Zertaya, Sapkani to the young dozen and it to go your arm, Meduna. Then I am Concan of Pinani, I just have Jano.
Sarkata the Aqua, on the Gibet. Coach you too much of the two, Nagi, 2 messages or some much or some women. So last of Silty, Susie was probably person, 3 or some person, Chichi do me. Targapo, and it is such as but can't do Madua, Yulama.
And me, that's a low mindari, he's on the Chesaman. Two Sania, calling landmarks of Marchers in Japan. I go landmarks years and I go lucky go down. I was a landmark, Spectre land, then I'll have more church.
Thinking of the inevitable changes at hand, a Buddhist phrase comes to mind. You can't step in the same river twice. In other words, the world is constantly changing. It seemed that everyone we met voiced similar worries about the coming of the road.
They naning gari dan they leb chona yang, they leb na, they jichano dana ko busy jurano. Jizana mimang boyongano, then mimang boyong henji ni jidan ji tugo yongano, they henji de tabi ko che jua gidana ko tabi sik ko tushar char nos.
Hello.
그래서 뒤성이다. 이제는 이날. 삼성 무슨 삼성 봐. 배내 배찬 이용아 뭐. 나또 조심, 나또 조심, 나또 요구시라. 내가 집에는 몇 년 지금 지나가 그 삼성이 뭐. 삼탈모노. 기자의 길레빠 부달리 길레빠 쳇보라. 거기 남한테 두 사람은 지세세.
Walking around this landscape in Zanskar, I mean, you see the passage of time in everywhere you look, because the mountains themselves were so violently created, and you can see the forces that have eroded them and the uplift. And everywhere you look, you're reminded of the passage of time. And at night, seeing the stars, and as the stars move through the sky in a way that you can't see in developed parts of the world, you just feel time. The arrival of the new road preoccupies many of the people we met on our return to Zanskar. They're worried about their way of life, and it's hard not to feel that something valuable will indeed be lost.
Güzel, tatakta güzel, azıcık hanespesi tatakta güzel, pes gider güzel hava. Gider no tatakta de güzel na hilin şendina hopa. Suyla suyinna. Hanes ola dalço se duçer meken, laşı çona daleka miçöçeşik. Duk bu duru miçöçer, beşik bu metken gidip var. Dur beşeceğim. Abi o mi tikkan tiang mana bela tanglo ya ma ko ji tu song de ji xie ra sen be yin na tu xi yin na ka zu gi ni jin ji ji
Sare ni sha la la sare la tolo. Nilima, nilimi ozire la momo ya la mbosire ni shala rashi, shala som sarde ni sharabo sare la to, zame nili.